Yes, people, never a foul time. Here we go. Myself, Daps, Egal, and Sean will be shortly joined by Monts, aka Tarek Lamptey, and also Specs. Let's see what Chesty has this week because they absolutely thumped Brentford away, which I didn't think they were going to pick up points, to be fair. Good football, good times. We're going to be talking about Vidic or Van Dijk. We're going to be talking about Arsenal to bounce back. We're going to be talking tonight with Man City, who take on Bayern Munich, I believe, at the Etihad as well. So there's quite a few things to talk about. But if you are here, make sure you smash the like button. It's all good. It's all gravy. How are we all doing? Are we all confident today? Anyone?
Confident in what?
In life? In life?
I'm confident of a win tonight.
Yeah.
But we need a good win. I want a two goal advantage going back to the Allianz. So, and yeah, I'm very happy with the way the league is right now. It's poised beautifully.
You know what?
If I look back to when we played Tottenham away and the Monday that followed, and then look at now, fucking hell.
Have we started?
We have.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi everybody.
I'm just gonna say
man, I wish I still had that video, man.
It's the last 10 days of Ramadan. I've been very blessed this whole month so far, and I'm just gonna be very happy and continue. And everyone talking about football and everything else. You know what? This team this season has been on a crazy ride. It's not over, and everyone who's throwing in the towel, come on, grow a pair.
I haven't seen too many Arsenal fans throwing the towel. To be fair,
I don't know, bro.
Everyone's wound their chest back in.
Anything that follows in this conversation, yeah, because I just had someone say to me in my DMs, you think that Arsenal crumble starts now? Let me be clear. I do. It's the same narrative as it was before. I do not think Arsenal crumble. Who's your next game against?
We play West Ham away.
Right, and you win that, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm going to stick with what I said. I don't think Arsenal lose any more games apart from at the Etihad, and maybe they drop some points at Newcastle. Maybe not, but I'm not relying on that. So there's City? No crumble. There's no.
You want to know something? This is ridiculous. How can you say if we lose to City, right, and we win the rest of our games, but City beat us on goal difference, people are going to still try to spin it as a thing where it's like, oh, you guys bottled it.
Yeah, 100%.
This whole bottled it thing. It's literally everyone is just trying to run with agendas. At the end of the day, if we get 90 something points, and we win all our games except for the City game for the rest of the season, no one can say to us this Arsenal team bottled it because you drew against Liverpool. That's ridiculous.
Egal, it's one of them things where since the world of Twitter, right, is that things get thrown around like bottle jobs, that word. The other one is like world class, yeah? Another one is all of a sudden, since last season, Liverpool with the quad, right, that all of a sudden, if at any point you're in all competitions, you're on for the quad. Now, if at any point you're in all three, you're on for the treble, right? And it never used to be like that, right? But now people just like to throw these things around. You are right. Look.
No, it's not right. It is what it is.
Look where you were last season. Look where you are now. It's a good season for us.
Listen, what is the definition of a bottle job?
Someone who has something in their own hands, in their own destiny, and then throws it away.
We currently don't have it in our own destiny.
That's what. No. That's no. Actually, let me refrain because I'm going to bring up a receipt. Thank you, Egal. Egal said in January, if Arsenal are top of the league in January,
oh shit, he did.
They're going to win the league, 100%.
You did, Egal.
Yeah. And then I've shown everybody on Twitter. I love you, Egal. I also showed you your clip.
We're having two different conversations. 1 second, we're having two different conversations. I still believe we're going to win the league. I still believe this team can get over the line. That's a different thing than me saying people have agendas, and I can already smell the agendas because in one breath, people are saying City are having a poor season, and in the other breath, people are saying Arsenal are not going to win the league because City are too good.
I don't know, man. It's anyone's game at this point, isn't it? So what for me? Look, Arsenal got.
But that almost cements the fact that Arsenal are bottling it. Like City have had a terrible season. Arsenal were there. You did have it in the grasp of your own hand.
You had one hand on the title.
You had one hand on the cup, and then you screwed up against Liverpool. And now Manchester City are going to take it away from you. You will have bottled it for 2 seasons on the bounce. I mean, there's no other way.
One second. How is this a terrible season?
Had a bad season.
No, terrible season, but you bottled.
You literally said that. Those were your words.
What did I say?
You said City are having a terrible season.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Arsenal. City have had a disappointing season relative to what City's expectations would be. 100%.
How? They're still on. They're in all 3 competitions that they would want to win.
First half of the season.
Of course, they lost in the League Cup, but those things happen. Everything else is still up for grabs. How are City having a bad season? This City.
It is D-Day today. You have Man City.
Listen, City. 1 second.
City, bro? You don't want to see me.
1 second. This Manchester City team could be one of the greatest teams of all time. They could win the treble and they could win 3-peat.
Yeah.
And we're talking about them as if they're not good. What is this?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Manchester City's season had not panned out the way it was supposed to from the get-go. No one was expecting them to struggle in the first half of the season. No one was expecting Arsenal to be where they were. Things fell the way they did. Arsenal had one hand on the title. Like they were that far ahead at one point. Everyone was saying this can't. That really. You were looking at the betting odds back in December, back in November. Man City were like 11 points back, and the betting odds didn't make any sense. I don't know if you guys are betting people. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. But like it didn't make any sense. But now it does. Betting? You know why? Because Arsenal they bottled it last year, and it looks like they've let it slip again. If they have, you cannot in any way describe it as anything else than maybe you've exceeded your expectations, right? If you come second, it's a better season than the expectations going in. But from where you were to where you're going to finish, there's no other way to describe it other than a secondary bottle job. If you finish second is what I'm saying.
There's a lot of ifs. At the end of the day, we're still first. We play West Ham next. Then we play Southampton. City only play Leicester in between our game where we play each other. So I'm not even focused on the City game too much. I'm focused on the West Ham game, then the Southampton game. We win those 2 games. We go into the game at the Etihad. I think
someone said that as well. Daniel, he said himself, 1 game at a time.
Yeah, we go into that game at the Etihad potentially 9 points ahead of them, based on because we had 2 games on them.
Yeah, the thing is one thing. Look, City actually, when you say City are having a bad season, right? If you look at, we've had lots of different types of seasons winning the league. Like I can remember, I think 2 years ago when we ended up winning the league, at one point we were like 9th and Tottenham were top, right? That because we start off badly. So actually, if you go and look at it, our season has been similar to a lot of our seasons. The one where Pellegrini won the league. We weren't top until like the last couple of weeks of the season. We didn't touch top once, right? So it is what it is. I don't think this is mad because the problem is that Arsenal fans call Tottenham fans bottle jobs, right? So therefore, Tottenham fans are going to call Arsenal fans bottle jobs based on this. For me, they're not going to crumble. I do think maybe I prefer to use the term with Arsenal this season because I think it's a fairer term. If they don't win the league, I feel it's going to be down to a few naive situations. Yeah. That's what I'd say. I wouldn't say bottle jobs. I'd say naive because they haven't got the know-how. And this is what
two things can be true at the same time. You can finish the season overachieving what your expectations were going in, but you can reallocate and evaluate your expectations as the season unfolds. And given the ridiculously underperforming Liverpool team, underperforming Chelsea side, underperforming Tottenham. So everybody else has had their own.
I think Tottenham are overperforming.
Oh, maybe. Okay, whatever. Not part of
the overperforming with the VAR, isn't it?
The point that I'm making is like as the season unfolds, you have to reevaluate. And at certain points from let's say November until now, Arsenal's stranglehold over the league was they got themselves to a position where the expectations were changing. And I think from that point on, if they do drop the ball and they end up finishing second, I think they have to be accused of bottle jobs again.
Do you know what it is? If you look, Egal, if you look at the way I see it is your game at the weekend against Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
Every Arsenal fan that has said do you know what? A point away at Anfield is a good result. 100% agree, yeah? And this is, I get it. We go there. We rarely get a win. I think we've like had one there in the league in however long, right? I get that. The fact is, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, City have ever been 2-0 up in an important game that could mean that you very well might go on and lift the trophy and allowed the other team to come back in. So again, to get a point at Liverpool at the start of the season, you man would have been like, hell yeah, we'll take that.
So you're telling me
you've never... At 2-0 up, Egal, if I would have asked you
never
at 2-0
done that.
up, if I would have asked you at 2-0 up, would you be happy with a 2-2 draw? You wouldn't have said yes.
No, I wouldn't have. Listen, I was yelling and screaming, we're going to win the league dancing in my room when we were up 2-0. I'm not going to lie to you. The reality is, you could say we bottled you could say we bottled the 2-goal lead, right? You could say you could even try to
gain merchant.
Monts decides to finally talk.
You could even try to say, you know what, we bottled the game, but there's no way you could sit here and say, oh, we bottled the league when the season's not even over yet. 1, 2, we've been in the same position when Man City beat us at the Emirates. Everyone said it's over. You bottled it. I say there's going to be a lot more ups and downs throughout the rest of the season for both teams. And who knows? Leicester just got a new manager. They could pick up points against you guys. Who knows? The league is unpredictable.
Let me go.
The Etihad isn't. Not in the business end of the season, bro. It isn't.
Before anything, Monts has barely uttered more than 10 words, and Yard Goon is already coming for his neck saying, Monts, we're actually talking some like good football stuff. Whoa. Did I say something wrong?
Don't worry, carry on.
He says, Monts, we're making good football arguments here. Please don't come with crap. People are tired of you, man. People are tired of you, man. What have you been saying now, Monts, huh?
Huh? What do I want to say? First of all, Yard Goon, settle yourself for one. Settle yourself, please. We're not doing the whole, I'm coming here to chat shit. I'm here to talk football. If you don't like it because you're an Arsenal fan and it's against Arsenal, this is never a foul. This is an Arsenal. Go watch aftv or something.
100%.
So make sure you subscribe to the channel.
I was going to say one.
And bro, he's Jamaican as well, so can't come from a fellow Jamaican. We're supposed to be in this together. You know what I'm saying? You saw the bang up on Bobby Reed the other day. Come on, man. We celebrate that together. Is it?
Oh, by the way, Monts, quick touch. Touch.
What?
No, above. I'm above you.
Oh, he's saying give him a blast.
Isn't we got it done? Yeah, bro, for the greater good.
Thank you.
For the greater good.
You see?
Thank you.
Kaz, you see this? This is supposed to be a bigger rivalry than Man United Arsenal?
Oh, no, I still said fuck his club, but bro.
No.
What is this?
You know what? It's right.
I don't care if we have no rivals, bro.
Hey, Sean. Sean down there. Let's go. Yeah, top four gang. Avengers against Arsenal.
Listen, my hands are in my pocket. I'm not dabbing up nobody. Yo, I want to know what you think, man. Because when it comes to this whole thing,
I'm not a Jamaican. Hold on. Don't do that. Sorry, go on, carry on.
They're questioning your heritage now. What's going on?
Yeah,
listen,
So I was gonna ask Monts here. So Monts, for you in your eyes, then, what did Arsenal bottle it against at you guys at Anfield being 2-0 up? Is that a bottle?
Not the league they've been bottled, but they bottled the game. And I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, I'm going to break this down. So, Arsenal love to look at things in isolation when it suits them. I always say, Arsenal fans, not all of them, a lot of the Arsenal community are when it suits me, FC. So, when it suits them to treat Anfield like it's the hardest place to go, when it is the hardest place to go, I understand that. They want to die on that hill. They want to die on that hill. But prior to the game, most Arsenal fans predicted a win. I'm pretty sure 80% of Arsenal fans predicted a win. But now that they haven't won, they want to go. They want to die on the hill of Anfield's the hardest place to go. No one's won.
100%.
Which is
100%.
And that is for me. It's annoying because yes, to get a point at Anfield, if you look at it in a vacuum, it is great. That is a great thing to do. Not a lot of people have been able to do that. However, if you look at it in the context of the title race, because that's what you are in a title race now. And you make it seem like Liverpool were 2-0 up and you clawed it back 2-2 last minute. That is a point gained. Not when you are 2-0 up and all you need to do is see the game out, and that is probably not 100% won you the league, but that puts you as far favourites to win the league. Manchester City have caught Liverpool, have won every single title race against Liverpool. Every single one. Yeah, they won 4 Premier Leagues in the last 5 years. So they know what they're doing. No one is saying the league is done. No one is saying that you guys have bottled the whole league. But what you've done is, by winning the game at Anfield, that deletes the significance of a ground where you have lost 14 times the last 15 times you've gone there. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I don't get and what I don't like is that you put all the significance on how hard it is to go to Anfield and get a point, but you're ignoring how hard it is for you to go to the Etihad because you've lost 14 of your last 14 games there. So in that instance, why do you use the context of how hard it is to go to a ground at Anfield, but you're ignoring it when you know how hard it is to go to the Etihad because you don't win there? So why are you happy for losing? Why are you happy for points to be dropped to Anfield and now there's significance at a ground where you never win at? Listen, you're taking the context on one side and using it, and you're ignoring it for the Etihad another. Let me finish. And that's what I don't like.
You got to let me finish, yo.
Just a quick ad break before Monts goes on. Quick ad break. Quick ad break. Guys, make sure you like the video. I appreciate everyone that has done so far. I'm going to let Monts carry on against Egal, and Egal's going to respond rightfully. So big up to anyone participating in Ramadan and fasting too. Make sure you like the video. Anyways.
So as I said, and that's what my problem is. Again, you look at, I'm hearing, we went 2-0 up, but we drew 2-2. It happens. What do you mean it happens? Why are you ignoring the fact that you guys have been the best team in the league? Like you haven't overcome every hurdle that's been put in front of you in the Premier League this season. Where's that energy gone?
What's your point?
As I said, you man don't know what it's like to conduct yourself as a big team and just understand the fact that if you
I hold up once. That table's going to break in a minute.
If you really want to put a firm title race, a firm foot on this title race, you needed to beat Liverpool. The title race is not done, but you've woken up the shark that knows what they're doing.
Also, Monts, mate,
emotional.
So many Arsenal fans that kept their chest deflated, relatively stable for so long. They started to pump it up. Your man Kunle, right, the Niger Englishman.
He's still going to be.
He's been, but he was quiet. He was like, I'm not gonna all season. He's like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep my cards close to my chest. I was on your show on Sunday, and he was like, we are doing it. And I said, it's going to be hilarious. The time that you finally put your head above the parapet is the time you're going to get deflated. You're going to get shot, bang, like a sniper. And it happened. It happened on Sunday.
Okay, everyone's had their say. I'm going to have my say now. First of all, Monts, you are delusional if you think any Arsenal fan sitting here laughing and smiling and loving life that we're happy that we got a draw. No, the people who are happy are the Liverpool fans that they actually got a point in this game. I'm seeing people coming and trying to criticize us. It's gotten to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where Arsenal Football Club are being criticized and bantered like we lost 7-0 against Liverpool, when in actual reality we got a draw. We got a draw. That is it. That is number one. Number two.
You address what I've said. Address what I've said.
Number two. You said we were happy. That's crazy. No one came out of that game happy. We came out of that game in misery because we absolutely got battered, and we could have lost the game. And in the final minutes, we actually could have won the game. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and the reality is, it was exhausting to watch that game and come out of it. There was no happiness from any Arsenal fan. I don't think. Maybe some people were happy. Maybe some people. Maybe some people were happy that we didn't lose, because that's the only thing you could say. The only level of thing that you could say is, you know what, we didn't lose, because that game, the way it went from the 80th minute to the final whistle, you guys had every single chance. We conceded possession. We messed up. Mikel Arteta made a categorical error by not taking off Zinchenko sooner and bringing on Jakub Kavor, going to 3 at the back with a ball playing center back and not a defensive center back. And it caused us to have no possession, a lot of pressure on us. And this whole thing where, Arsenal bottled it, Arsenal lost the league. No, not yet. No, we don't know how to conduct it. One second. I also want to agree with you. I want to agree with you. We don't know how to conduct ourselves. This is the first title race for a lot of people in over 20 years. A lot of these young bucks don't know what it feels like. Even myself, I've only witnessed like a couple. And even then, I was too young to remember it. So you know what? You're right there. Right there. Was it 2 points dropped? Based on the context of the game, the draw was a fair result.
No. I'm asking you: was it 1 point gained or 2 points dropped?
It was 1 point gained because you guys were on listen. The reason why it was 1 point gained. The reason why it was 1 point gained, Monts, you cannot deny it. You guys had much better chances than us. You guys had 21 shots to our 9. You guys had 8 clear-cut chances on goal. Our Ramsdale save the save against Nunes, what a save. The save against Mo Salah, what a save. The save against Ibrahim Konate in the final minutes, what a save. And also,
that's a reflection after the game, Egal.
And in the final
going into the game, you all thought you were going to win.
1 second.
How about 40 minutes into the game? How about 40 minutes?
Exactly.
In the final minutes, what happened with Bukayo Saka? It's up for grabs now. Michael Thomas type situation. Guess what? The pass was too long, and Martinelli overshot the pass, and we couldn't get the final ball. We couldn't get the final chance. Until the final death of the minutes, we still had a chance to win the game. You still had a chance to lose the game. A draw is a fair result. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Can I read out the super chat? Can I read out the super chat quickly?
Please do.
Mojis, big up Mojis, by the way. I believe he's also one of our members. Big up yourself for the super chat. It says Said was watching and cheering on Arsenal, though. Rory talks football, cheering on Spurs goals versus City. Enough of that nonsense about fake rivalry. I think that's directed at whoever said something about fake rivalries.
So, Egal, can I just
when we spotted each other, that's what I mean.
Yeah, Ram said something. Would I have taken a draw? No.
Carry on. Please do.
Exactly. So it's not 1 point game.
Would I have taken a draw?
1 point game.
So it's 2 points dropped.
2 points dropped.
1 second. Ooh. You can look at it both ways. The actual balanced opinion in the middle is the reality.
Mate.
1 second. Let me give you guys the reality. 2-0 up. You want to win, and you look at it as you bottle the lead. When you're at the point where they've been on top of us for 60 minutes and we had no control of the game. You leave Anfield with a point when you could have easily lost and you could have conceded 5 goals. I would rather leave with the 2-0. I would rather leave with the 2-2 than friggin' come out there with a 5-0 5-2 defeat.
Egal, can I just give?
It could have easily been 5-2.
I'm not going to give my view on the game because, firstly, I'll be completely honest with you. The same as last season where I didn't watch Liverpool games. The only 2 Liverpool games I watched last season, apart from the City games, were the 2 Tottenham ones because Liverpool didn't win the first Tottenham one, so I purposely watched the second one, right? I didn't watch the game because I thought, you know what, I don't want to see Arsenal beat Liverpool, right? I don't, yeah? So I didn't watch it. But my overall view on the outcome of this is where I feel, forget the fact that you drop points. For me, I'm very much about mentality and about what it does here because footballers are humans and I know the way I work up here. Yeah, I don't like overthinking things. And the problem now off the back of this game is that people will say Arsenal have the advantage that they have bigger rests in between games. Now, bigger rests means you have more time to overthink everything, right? And this is what's going through Arsenal's players' heads, right? I always said that first game at the Etihad in the Cup, Arteta, don't rotate. It's a big deal. Go and get a win at the Etihad while City were on the floor. We were crap back then, right? And you didn't take the advantage. We beat you. We then carried that into the Emirates knowing we got your cards still. Same as the last 14 times, we've still got your cards, right? And at the weekend, for me, a very important, high-profile game that if you won, it really put you in the driving seat and you didn't take advantage of it again, right? And this is something where you know that this Manchester City team know how to deal with this pressure, right? So now your players going into this City game know that over the last 15 games, yeah, we've got the better of you 14 times. No draws, 14 wins. In the league, you haven't won at all. The only win was in the Cup, right? We also know that this season, home and away, even when we were at our absolute worst, we've got the better of you, right? Your players are coming to the Etihad, business end of the season, where we must win it, yeah? City, when we have to win things, we win it. The pressure on your players, and this means that if you do get a result at the Etihad, I'm going to praise you even more. I'm going to praise your players even more. But, bro, I'm more scared of Everton away than I am Arsenal at home. And that is not me saying anything for banter. Everton away scares me more than Arsenal at home, honestly.
You know what? Everton might as well do a job, but Monts, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Can I just, again, you said in the context of the game, it's a point gained. We're talking about the context of the title. That is the conversation we're having there, not the context of the game. We're talking about the context of the title. And also, Egal, you haven't. I spoke for about 5 minutes. And you didn't actually address anything apart from the first part when I said happy. I didn't mean happy. I meant content. So fair enough with that one. But in terms of
speak about the fans.
Bro, I gave you a point of saying you love to talk about how hard it is to go to Anfield, but you're ignoring how hard it is for you to go to for the Etihad. Why are you using one context here when it suits you, and you're ignoring the other context there? I don't get it.
First of all, nobody's ignoring how difficult it is to go to Etihad.
I'm only saying, just before you go,
nobody's saying we're going to go to Etihad and win.
I'm only ignoring it because you're taking all. I'm only saying you're ignoring it because if you took into consideration how hard it is for you to not lose at the Etihad, then if you took that into consideration, then you'd understand that this is 2 points dropped. That's it. You want that game?
Well, this is what Pac-Man. Let me go through a couple of these.
Record.
I was going to say, this is relevant to it. So Pac-Man here, I think this is Pac-Man's actually first ever super chat. I'm pretty sure. So big up him, yeah. He says City 2 points closer because you dropped 2 points.
1 second. Understand that in the run of everything, he's asking me why didn't I have that same energy going in? The reason why I didn't have that same energy going in is because I had confidence in my team that we would finally get over a hurdle that we all acknowledged was a barrier for us. What happened was we were 2-0 up and we absolutely threw away the game. Could you say it was because of that hurdle that we were unable to get over, or could you just say that we made a categorical mistake in this tactics? I felt like in that game we threw it away. We did, as you guys want to say, we bottled the lead. But the reality is, the reason why we did that, the reason this whole thing about Anfield and everything else, I feel like it's overblown. The reality is, you guys outplayed us in the second half, and it wasn't because of Anfield. It wasn't because of that. I genuinely do feel like everything came down to our tactics in the final minutes of the game that cost us.
Well, Priest of Banter says Egal badly needs the title since the last time they won, but his hairline was 3 inches forward. I think that probably goes for the same with all of us, man. How old was I? I was in year 4.
I'm all right.
I was in year 4, man. Like
I honestly feel like I came in every single stream that I came in. I said I respect Liverpool, and I always said, even here, everybody knows. Ty was here. I was on numerous streams. I don't know if you guys watched it, but on every stream that I was on, I said I respect Liverpool, but I'm confident in my team, and I think we can win 3-0.
But you know what I call a bowl? All right, cool. You know what I call it? Did you want to finish?
No, go ahead.
Oh, we know what I call the bottle. The bottle with is like this. I remember one time, I think it was Man United, Man City in a title race. We bottled. I think we were like 4-0 up or something, 4-1 up against Everton. We lost that lead, and and Yelovich decided to absolutely go cane it on us, and it was 4-4. The next game, I think we had against City. Company's header won them the league that day. Yeah, and that's what. And if you would call that Man United game a bottle, if there's anything that's similar, is like this, because we were clear. I think we were like 12 points clear at some point.
Wasn't that
like 8 points?
We won it. That was.
I think so. Yeah. So
you were. I think you were 8 points clear with 7.
Yeah, with 8 points clear with a few games left.
With 7 games left.
Familiar. Yeah. And then the game that comes down to Etihad could change everything, right? Correct. So Man United bottled it. So in these terms, you were 2-1 up with 80 minutes to go.
Do you know what? I'll take this.
You 2-1 up with 8 in the 80th minute. You 2-1 up. Go on.
Cass, do you know what's a fair thing to say at this point? You know what? And people will clip this. I will say it, that if we now don't go on and win the league, then
you bottled it.
I'll hear
it. It's only fair. So my point as well is, if you obviously, with Liverpool respect, you 2-1 up in the 80th minute. Any other team, you lose that lead 2-2, which is in the manner. When did it become 2-2? 86th minute, 87th minute? 87th minute. You bottled that lead, G, because of your manager. That's what you call a bottle. But it's okay. Every manager gets it wrong, Gal.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Call it whatever you want to call it.
Spurs managers.
The reality is, I don't want Monts to come out here and say, "Oh, you guys were not showing respect." It's not about. Everyone acknowledges.
I didn't even say that.
Okay, but you're saying City. The City thing now, the reason is the game is over. The game is over. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. We can now add hindsight and context. And sometimes before the game, you don't add those hindsight and context because you have a level of confidence in your team and you believe you're going to get it.
Ooh, one.
Bro, no.
I'm trying to find it.
Find it, bro.
Listen, it's just the picking and choosing with you lot. You are convincing yourself that it is all okay. No, it's not okay. It's not a disaster, but you've made it infinitely worse for yourself against the team who's done it the most times. Why again? When you are 2-0 up with 4 minutes to go in the 90, and that's the fine margins of making. You see that City game? If that City game has no relevance, I promise you, those City fans are stressing.
Bro, you know what it is? Oh, yeah, bro. I put, but the thing is, like, I'll give an example, and this is just before Liverpool got the first goal. Cass and Ty both put in our group, league's done. Arsenal have won it. And my response to them is, this is mad. This is how you man lost it in 2011, 2012. Like, you can't give up this early. Like, we don't know what's going to happen.
I can't lie. I thought it was going to be like 5-0 to Arsenal, man.
I was panicking.
Bro, a fan base needs to believe it, The fan base has to believe it, to help the team on. And that's the one thing that City's fan base in the league, let me be clear, Champions League, we still need to get it. But in the league, we believe that until literally mathematically it's done, we don't give up and we back the team to still go on and do it.
Fair enough. You know what? A lot of my fans don't have that same stomach and they're willing to concede already. But I'm just gonna say this, Monts. If we would have won the game, advantage Arsenal, right?
Kids. Have some respect for Egal.
Sorry. He's not laughing at. I'm not laughing at you.
I'm talk to these two little kids. Stop laughing.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm literally crying. I'm laughing at myself because
I don't even know what you said.
Oh no! Don't talk to these two little children.
That was me doing that.
All right, listen.
Oh, was it you?
It is what it is. Listen, let them talk. First things first, right? I'm just gonna say this. If we would have won the game, everyone would have said advantage Arsenal. We're going to win the league. We're going to go on and do it from here. If we would have lost the game, people would have said advantage Man City. It's over. The league title's done. Now that we've drawn, genuinely, people don't know what to do. Some people are still saying we're going to win it.
No.
Some people, no. This is what the draw has done. The draw has put us in the middle area.
To your fan base.
To everyone. Because you want to see it for a certain way.
This is not only Arsenal fans. This is to everyone.
No,
because
it's not.
The public opinion was win at Anfield this late in the season, you're going to go on and win the league. Lose to Liverpool, you're going to go on and lose the league. Now that we've drawn, people are half saying we're going to win.
No, they're not. The betting market is speaking, mate. Manchester City are odds-on favourite by.
Let me
To be fair though,
the betting odds were saying Arsenal.
Let me go for a second.
Last year. Let
me go for a second. Egal, you see how if you lost the game, what would be the difference in the circumstances that need to happen? So I'm gonna answer my own question just to make this quick. If City go and beat you at the Etihad, which they always do, by the way, even if you draw today. Even if you drew the game or you lost the game, it's the same outcome. A draw or a loss gave the City game at Etihad significance. You had to win the game to eradicate the possibility of making that game mean anything. So if City beat you, they're ahead on goal difference. If you draw the game, if you lose,
you've still got to go to Newcastle away, mate.
No. That's not even the point, Sean, bro. But that's not even the point. If you drew the game, which you did, City go ahead on goal difference. If you lost the game, City go ahead by 1 point.
Exactly.
Either way, draw or loss, City
it's
win
back
that
in
game,
City's hands. It's back in City's hands.
Not really, because Arsenal, to be fair on Arsenal, all they got to do is draw at the Etihad.
But then this comes back. But then this comes back to your opening statement.
I'm saying a win at Anfield means draw, loss.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I acknowledge that.
Yeah,
listen,
but you can't.
I acknowledge that. But one thing I'm going to say to you is this then makes your opening statement redundant. Because you're saying Arsenal fans are happy with the draw. No one's happy.
I get that. I think you're right.
I didn't say happy.
I wrote it down. I literally wrote it down.
But he checked these. He then took it back and said, I didn't mean that. What I meant was content.
I said content because when I asked you, is it 2 points lost or is it a 2 points dropped or is it a point gain? You told me a point gain. So that
point gain in the concept that we took 31 shots away from home. We got scattered, and we could have. And if it wasn't for Ramsdale. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, we easily lose that game. Let's be real.
Understandable. We're talking about the title race. That's why I say you guys don't know how to act. We're talking about a title race, not the game in isolation. I'm not talking about the game in isolation, bro.
You're playing Monday morning quarterback.
You know all about that.
The fact that you should have lost the game in the last 5 minutes.
You man are talking like Liverpool went 2-1, and you man come back to claw it 2-2. That's how you man are talking.
Brother, as a Liverpool fan, you know this. When you talk about the title races and the losses, you always bring up the small margins that made Liverpool lose. So don't now take away the small margins for Arsenal's draw against Liverpool at Anfield.
I'm getting ready.
You guys continuously. Every single time I heard Liverpool fans say, "Oh, we lost because the ball didn't cross the line at the Etihad," or "We lost because Rodri's handball wasn't given against Everton." These little margins that everyone brings up every single time. And now, now you want to freaking completely destroy, take that away.
No, it's just you can't change the narrative of what is a point gained. A point gained is if you go.
Can I just say what I'm watching right now? Yeah, what I'm watching right now is going to be what's going to happen at the end of the season. Liverpool and Arsenal battling out over who's the biggest bridesmaid, the best bridesmaid, right? It's for me, Arsenal fans. The one thing, like, where I asked Egal before the show how he thinks Arsenal are going to win the league. He said we're gonna win at the Etihad. I honestly think, don't put your faith in that. Like, for me as a City fan, honestly, I'm looking at our, and this is why the league will now. I was saying game week 37. Now it will probably be game week 38 because we have to play Brentford away on the last day of the season. Yeah. So until then, we will not know because we might have slip ups, but it ain't going to be Arsenal at the Etihad.
Yeah, quick one as well. Martin says we can still draw at City and Newcastle and win. So that's what they're saying. So they got time. Well, they got leverage, should we say? And who said that Man City are even going to win all their games? But talking about today's game, anyways. I think Egal, you
really
line up. Go on.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say before anything. No Mahrez in today's lineup. Actually, is he even on the bench? No, he's on the bench. He's probably resting.
He'll be on the bench here.
Guys, if you are here, there's over 300 of you here. Make sure you are slapping the like button. We're on 123 likes. If you've already done it, then big up yourself. If you haven't, just make sure you do that for us. Try to push the stream. Alhamdulillah.
Thought we might have gone with Walker.
My bad. Sneezed. I should have muted my mic there. But yeah, Edison, Stones at right back.
The way we're playing for this team, I thought he might have gone with Walker for pace, but
damn. But yeah, there's the lineup for you guys if you want to see it. Breathe it in, endorse it, do whatever you have to do with it. I suppose we can actually just talk on it a little, just for a touch anyways. Are you confident about today, Daps, with Man City?
Bayern? But it's like when we played Leipzig away, right? I went into that game saying, I think we're going to draw Leipzig away, right? But then after the game, I was pissed off because the first half we were so good and the second half we weren't. And I was pissed off because of the performance. So today, I'm confident we win. But it's a two-legged game, and the second leg is at the Allianz. And
do you know what I think can really hurt you today? If someone like this is where it's key for me, and I don't know if they're going to play him on that side yet. I don't know. Sane on that left-hand side with Davies could really hurt the pace of the game because I'm thinking
that's why, bro. While you were busy sneezing, I was saying I thought we might have gone with Walker. I thought we might have gone with Walker over Stone.
Yeah. In the car park, he's taking a piss.
Look at this guy trying to show up, man. What kind of guy is this, man?
No, I blame Ty, bro. I blame Ty. Ty said tomorrow, I'm in my car, just do my thing, get me being a dad and that, and then...
And what are you doing? You're doing your thing in the car. What's doing your thing in the car?
Come on, man. Not on camera, man. Just out here do my thing. No, just doing daddy duties, bro. But I'm in the car by myself now, you get me? But Ty did say...
Look, he's coming with energy today, innit? You thought you...
No, I always got energy, bro, but I was new, innit? Like, man's a bit nervous, like, I got a big, like, come on, you're not a big guy here. I'm just a small guy, you get what I'm saying?
I love a man who hugs a steering wheel. You are hugging the steering wheel right now.
Like, you know why? Because
that third spot right now is comfy, innit? That's right.
If I come like this now, then what? You get me, man? Just got to be a bit close to the camera and that. Allow me, man. You know what? Cass, I saw your message, yeah?
Yeah.
And I said, no, he's got it wrong. Ty told me, nah, bro, not today. You come tomorrow.
He tried to sabotage you. You know what it is? Ty should have got involved. And when I was like getting the panel together, I was like, Spectre, he said, yeah. And he probably went on like, oh, you know, I'm Ty. Let me make myself feel important. Let me hold Spectre myself and call him.
Spectre is killing me, says Ty.
I just got confused, bro. But man, don't listen. Obviously, I appreciate being...
Look, he wants to be in it.
It's your fault, Ty. Come on, man. Let's go, man. What are you saying? What? big game today and tomorrow. What we saying, man?
What you saying? You getting Champions League football, bro?
Huh?
What you saying? You getting Champions League football?
You know what's mad, yeah? I'm getting excited a little bit. You get me? Like, I thought to myself, I hope next season I'm in these conversations with certain men on here about the Champions League with my team.
I won't be here.
Like, you know,
those conversations yet.
I'm not going to
Not
be
ready
around
for those conversations yet, bro.
Top six is getting
we're
reevaluated
gonna
this season.
We're gonna talk about that in a second. Big up Amarit as well. Sorry, he says the Arsenal better than Bayern 2012. Saka's better than Salah and Robin. What? Seeing of this, I changed my mind. City better win the Premier League, passing the torch. They said. Oh, he's basically saying Arsenal fans are overrating this Arsenal to the point they're saying Saka's better than Salah and Robin. He said he's tired of seeing it, basically, and he said City better win because he can't stand Arsenal fans.
I'm sorry.
For the super chat, man.
Sorry, can I just cut in there before you carry on with that, Gal? Real quick. Listen. Sorry, Gal, 1 sec. I need to jump off. So.
Yeah.
You have a good one. If you guys lose today,
care,
it's a bad thing for us.
Not happening.
It better happen. I need to embrace it. I need to Sani
You
masterclass.
enjoy Thursday night football, bro. Love.
Don't worry, we're gonna win it. Unlike some, you get knocked out by Sporting.
Hey, you guys want to know something? When it comes to this tie between thing, how many games have Thomas Tuchel's teams beaten Pep's teams? It's
Pep
crazy
tonight, man. Tuchel's Pep tonight.
Tuchel has Pep's number on the low. Like, he beat him in the Champions League. I swear Chelsea beat him like 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Oh wait, Sean's got to go to the bottom.
Well, I've got to go to the bottom
because you're bottom of us.
Like,
I want.
Yeah.
Spud that one once.
Nah, Monts ain't interested. Monts not interested.
Yo,
in that.
is there any who has the most pressure in the Champions League? It has to be City, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think everyone's actually engaged in the City and winning the Champions League this season. No one's more convinced other than Haaland basically bringing the title home for them, right?
Exactly, because if it's not them, who's actually has pressure on them to win it? Napoli have no pressure. Real Madrid have no pressure.
I want to talk about subject here as well. Moving on from the Champions League talk. So the side that's been trending on Twitter lately that actually your boy Flewers, Mr. Terry Flewers, big up Terry, and your boy Monts, Jamie Carragher decided to go at it about Vidic versus Van Dijk. Let me come to you first. Actually, you know what? Have you not seen it on Twitter? All over Twitter today, scorecard, everyone's on it. Vidic versus Van Dijk. Who is better?
But what is it? Terry and Jamie Carragher.
Yeah. So Terry
Carragher replied to Terry and said, if you rate Vidic over Van Dijk, you don't know ball, basically.
Basically, you know what? I'm lying. I have seen it still. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I was going to ask people in the comments as well to ask as well. Vidic or Van Dijk? What about you guys as well? If you're picking one of these guys, like, be honest with yourselves. I think Van Dijk is the better football player, but that doesn't mean he's the better player overall. Like, as in, you know.
Well, you can't really reflect until the career's done, right? But right now, you got to go Vidic, I think.
Vidic? Don't you dare. This guy's a Man United hate. I can just already smell it, man. Just do it, Specs. Do it.
I never said anything yet, bro.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Sometimes, like, even off camera, I've been speaking to certain friends. I just feel like I give Van Dijk a bloody break, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, man had a little injury, like because had a bad season. Now he's what? You get what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's a tough pick. I'm not gonna say who's better and who's not, but who I prefer, for me, style and all that, overall, not just this season, because the whole Liverpool team, that's a bit weird. I'll probably go Van Dijk. No hating, Cass. That for me,
first
bro.
defender, not even.
He's Virgil van Dijk this season. Oh, he's gone.
What happened?
He dropped
himself
out.
he said, "I let that comment."
Who came for me there? No, I'm joking. I pressed back on my mouse. I got a new mouse. And I didn't realize.
I was gonna say this, bro. When it comes to Van Dijk thing, obviously Vidic has hit heights that I don't think Van Dijk has hit with consistent seasons, where his team's winning the league and doing everything. But Van Dijk as a player, with his physical build, stature, ability, everything overall on the ball, don't you feel like he's a better overall center back in today's game, where Vidic has accomplished more and has a better legacy? So if you,
I'm not gonna lie, but Orable is not the one. Like, you can't just have people feed you an aura. Let's be honest. Van Dijk has had 2 great seasons in his time at Liverpool. I think it was obviously you can't really count the last couple seasons. He was garbage. He got injured, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Vidic was the first player to get nominated as player of the season or something like that, as a defender twice. I done it twice. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get that. You don't ever get that. Don't get me wrong. I think, you know what the maddest thing is, yeah? The time periods are the kind of the same frames. Vidic came around in 06, 07, innit? And he kind of made his name more in 07, I would say. Because he came, obviously, I think he came in January in 06. And the next season he came, the five-year period, you could say, to 2012. And then he won the league. And then obviously the next season's history, he kind of obviously deflated, got a bit older, got a bit slower, and so forth. And Man United's obviously crumble happened. You can't, the guy won in that period, won just as much. You know, he was a leader. I get it, he had Ferdinand next to him and everything. But we're talking about
Liverpool. Bro.
We're talking
there
about
you go.
No,
Bro.
wait. And let me tell you for free now then, yeah. Know why it's overrated? Because Liverpool fans think that Liverpool team that they won the league year with, and even before when I think they won a Champions League, is the best team of all time in the Premier League. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you know what it is, yeah? Van Dijk's the second defender, not even a first defender. He's the second one. Because he backs off too much. He's not a frontline defender. He's not Sergio Ramos.
But that Liverpool team can never. But that Liverpool team can never be the Man United treble team. That Liverpool team can never beat the Arsenal Invincible team. That Liverpool team cannot be categorized up to that level because they never did it consistently for years. They only won one league title. If you won multiple league titles, then you could say it. But if we're going to take away player success, because we do that for Harry Kane and we do that for other people, and we just look at take away the legacy and just look at the actual players' abilities, I could say Van Dijk has certain qualities that Vidic doesn't have, but Vidic doesn't have but Van Dijk, anything Van Dijk can do, I don't think Vidic can do. I don't think Vidic can do everything Van Dijk can do. But when it comes to legacy, Vidic's legacy is better, which puts him higher. The legacy thing is where he can't touch him. Where Van Dijk cannot get anywhere close to him.
Not yet,
but
and probably not anytime soon either, Sean.
He won't.
I'm just saying that you're comparing a 15-year career to a 20-year career to an 8-year career, right? So I'm with you. Vidic for me is
that's an 8-year career. Van Dijk is like 31, 32 years old.
10-year but you can't write off. You can't write off when he's at Southampton. I know it's not compared to the elite teams and what we're really talking about, but you can't write off to Southampton. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean you can't write off? You know
but I'm saying you're just talking about. It feels like you're just talking about the Liverpool regime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm talking about Man United. It's 8 years. He was at Man United for 8 years.
Well, what is the Vidic? What is the
Van Dijk ain't got time. Van Dijk's time probably over soon.
How old was Vidic when he came to United?
I'm not too sure, but I know he signed. So it would have been. I don't know how old is he now? He's about 41. He joined in about 06. Today, so he joined about if that's not 2017, 17 years. Kind of joined quite young, to be fair.
23, 24.
23, 24.
Van Dijk joined Liverpool when he was what, 27?
Yeah, it was. I think he did join about 5 seasons ago. No, Monts clarified that for me. He came about 26, 27, did he?
He came in January 2017, 2018. So
he came about 6 years ago.
He's 31 now, so he came in when he was 25.
Same time as Vidic. Same age as Vidic.
Let me chime in actually as a Liverpool fan. Let me just chime in on this one.
I think he's a sick defender though. I don't think it's disrespected, but this is the same way.
People fall into the trap, that with Virgil, they look at him within the 2-year span of 18-19 and 19-20, where he had everything you'd want in a centre back. When you look at football when Vidic was playing, defenders weren't asked to take the ball down. They weren't asked to spray 70-yarders to their wingers. Football was a different game, and what was required to be a world-class defender was not the same requirements to be a world-class defender today.
Okay, today...
But hold on. Don't bite. Hold on. I'm on your side.
It's not a bite.
I'm on your... Trust me, bro. I'm on your side. Trust me. For me, because Van Dijk has the ball-playing abilities and the ability going forward, as well as being a Rolls Royce going backwards. That's why people have made the comparison. But Vidic wasn't asked to do any of that because football requirements of a defender were different in that time. Vidic didn't need to do none of that to be world class. But today, football has changed and defenders need to be good with the ball at their feet. It's the same thing with wing backs. So now it becomes an infinitely harder argument to have on whether on whether you can compare centre backs. To me, the generations are different. I think in that 2-year span, like I'm agreeing with Egal. Can Van Dijk do more things than VVD could do? 100%. But VVD was more, again, he was more of a sweeper. He wasn't the guy to get himself dirty. Vidic would more get his head on everything and run through a brick wall. He was that type of defender. And the two different types of defenders. And when it comes to all-time players, you have to look at legacy and longevity. You can't look at Van Dijk for the 2 years and go, he's better than X, Y, and Z. You can't. You just can't. So if you're talking about in that 2-year period, did Van Dijk have more qualities and was arguably a better player on the ball? And if you want to break down all the things you need to be a perfect defender, yes, he did. Does that make him a better defender in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
And I want to add one thing as well.
And people let me just go off that. People are mixing up who is the better defender with who is the bigger all-time great and who has a better all-around history. Who's going to be remembered better? And at the end of the day, you're going to be remembered better when you have trophies. You're going to be remembered better for individual accolades, and you're also going to be remembered better when you're on teams that you carry.
Harry Kane. But yeah, no. My whole point as well. Back then, you had to defend against two strikers, not just any strikers. Strikers that are better than today. Strikers were way better back then. No. Stop. Because back then, man, them like Les Ferdinand, Jermaine Defoe, Robbie Keane, bro, they would look sick in today's game. Absolutely.
You don't know that. You don't know that. The game is more technical.
I do know that. No, because
you're saying that because that's
why? Wait, 1 sec. Why? Because now the wingers are more inside forward strikers, whatever you want to call it, more than the striker itself. Back then, bro, back then I can remember Fernando Torres, Drogba, Rooney, Tevez, Berbatov, all in one window. Jermaine Defoe.
What's your metric? Nostalgia's killing you. What's your metric?
You had to defend against better strikers, bro.
No, I disagree with that because 1, records are being broken every day. 2, players are asked to do more in the game technically than they were to do back then.
So what does that tell you then? If records are getting broken in the forward line, that means defenders are getting worse too.
No, bro.
Okay,
wingers are now goal scorers. Now, wingers are now goal scorers. Wing backs are now judged on going forward as well as going back.
I got that one somewhere. I can't remember.
Records are being consistently broken. More goals.
Because defenders are worse these days.
More goals are being scored today than goals are being scored back then.
But Monts, they're both
goals in the Premier League. Hold on. When you scored 15 goals in the Premier League, a crown was put on your head. You scored 15 goals in the Premier League, you're flipping Ollie Watkins or you're a one-seat, bro. Allow me. You scored 15 goals today in the Premier League, laugh at you, bro. And put you in argument.
But this is what I'm saying. It goes like Ed says, defending against two defenders is harder than one, G.
Guys, I just need you to explain something to me. What is your metric to say that it's easier now to be a striker?
Because for me, to try and find an abs. Go out there and tell me where the world-class strikers of today. We're talking about the oldies now, bruv. Benzema and all that. These complete strikers. This day and age, strikers are obviously got a bit of a different role because the inside forwards, just goal scorers, are your wingers typically, right? So the strikers are inevitably worse. Trying to find an actual sick-ass centre-back in today's game as well because they have to cover your fullbacks all the time because they go forward.
Yeah.
Defenders are also worse. The only things that have got better for me are midfielders. There's the caliber of midfielders can do a lot now. Like they can do your 8s can do your 6 or your 10 roles. It don't matter. That's for me what's changed. Your wingers can do a lot more than just going around the byline. And I will. I've got.
I think this is subjective, and we can't gauge. One is better than the other.
But we were talking about Matip and Van Dijk being one of the best partnerships ever in the Prem and all this crap. This is what I'm kind of metrics of.
That was always
I'm not trying to hit 2019.
You both got good points, man. You both made good points.
We can all sit here and admit that when we talk about best center-back pairings, there has to be a level of longevity, trophies, and silverware, and that has to go to Rio and Vidic. Even if you don't give it to them, you're gonna look at other partnerships that other teams had, like Chelsea or something like that. You're not gonna look at Liverpool's team and say, you know what, Matip and Van Dijk are the best partnership in history. That's not even remotely true.
I think Monts makes a perfect point. It's impossible. I think it's incredibly difficult to judge generational players against previous generational players when the game has pivoted so much. I think you have to really almost put lines in the sand and look about who is the best defender within a certain specification, within a certain time zone where the game is played within certain parameters. Because to Monts' point, and actually to Kaz's point, like the roles and responsibilities of defenders and strikers have changed so much that to compare one to the other is apples and pears these days. I think.
Go on.
Can I just say, just before the super chat, can I just quickly say as well? Obviously, Kaz, on one, you're absolutely right when you say, playing against two up top is a whole different beast. But then you ask any of those players to come into today and play against a false nine, where you don't know whether to tick, you don't know whether to go, you don't know whether to man mark him or to hold your position zonal.
Yeah, but that's why
hold on. And if your wing backs are flying forward, now there's ultimately more responsibility on the centre backs to actually occupy your wingers, vacating space that you shouldn't have to cover. So it works for both. It's tit for tat.
I know, I get it, but that's why the DM, the sole DM, that's why the sole DM and two DMs were introduced. That's why.
But that's why you both make good points, isn't it? You both make good for me. Balance. You both make good points.
No, fuck that.
No, that's why you have to. That's why you need a proper. That's why you need a proper six in today's game. That's why sixes right now, like Casemiro, your Fabinhos, and everything. Why they're so appreciated right now, because they got 3-man midfields against the 2-man wingers and your striker and your false nines and all that garbage. Amarit says at the age of 31, dude had the first ever bad season. If it wasn't for Messi, I think he's talking about Vidic. He was a Ballon d'Or winner, by the way. Who reached this high in the Premier League as an individual?
He's talking about Van Dijk.
Yeah, Van Dijk, I think. No. Van Dijk. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
By the way, Van Dijk's never had an established partner like the rest of them as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Why they talk about him in isolation in those 2 years, which is also a trap. But
yeah,
I see why.
And Amrit also says, and by the way, Rio was better than Vidic. That's what I'm saying. Rio was better than them. And this is why Rio shits. In the whole, he's the best defender for me overall. And best for
you know what?
And John Terry.
I hate Chelsea.
John Terry as well. Because John Terry,
if you could teleport one of Terry, Vidic,
Rio,
or Ferdinand, and bring him into today's game, who would be the most valuable defender?
Rio.
100%. Yeah.
Mustafi.
I'm trolling.
I'd say the similar thing with Ledley King. I know that's mad.
Oh yeah, but then we can say Abu Dhabi then as well.
No, Ledley King was so ahead of his time.
Let him cook. Carry on.
We agree.
Oh, yeah. Look at
Tell me some more. Tell me more, bro.
What's it called? Big up Sava, by the way. If anyone don't know,
only legend, eh?
Yeah, Football Heritage TV. Make sure you check them out. I'm going to be on there with Daps and so forth tonight with Sava and a couple others. I can't remember their names. Defenders are easy to judge when they're in a partnership that complement each other. For example, Vidic and Rio, Terry and Carvalho. The standard of defenders now compared to the last 20 years is poor. Yeah, I think that backs up both points.
The way that they defend is different.
Big up for the super chat though. I love that.
Is that Savage? That's Savage channel, right?
Yeah, Savage. Yeah.
But the way defenders are viewed has changed. Positions are more than just what they used to be. Before it used to be just defending. Now your center backs are part of your build-up play. Your center backs start your attack. Your center backs have to be able to do a certain level of your center backs have to have a level of technical ability, or else you won't be able to progress in the style that you want to play.
Yeah, man. Depending on the style.
If you ask DVD to spray a ball to Salah on his weaker foot, he ain't doing it. He ain't. But if you ask DVD to put his head through a brick wall, he ain't doing it.
Yeah. Different horses for courses. The game has changed 100%.
Yeah, but Matip, but your boy Matip, he's good at driving the ball forward a bit sometimes. As did Fabian Schär, as what Egal was saying, it's kind of changed. Fabian Schär does that. Matip does that.
You know what I love? You know what I love? You know when teams have to finally come out playing counter-attack and then pressing and go get your goals. I wonder what your team's going to be like when you do eventually come out to play better football and everything. You know, you get the player to come out and see what you can really do. I want to really see what Sven Botman can do because I think that guy's special.
And I'm glad you said that. Trust me, bruv. He's gonna be arriving, bro.
Yeah,
like
if you do try to come out and play ball where you control a game as well, not just through press and everything, like literally play ball.
Yeah.
Dan Burn's got to go. He's got to go.
No, you know what's mad?
Dan Burn, no.
No, it's doing.
I'm not having Dan Burn slander.
No.
Playing in the NBA,
you're not hearing it. You're not hearing it.
I hear you, Cash.
That guy should be in the team.
Okay, cool.
But the Monts, know what it is? With Ben, yeah, when I talk to people, like, obviously he's doing a job right now. It's working, isn't it? Like Eddie says, don't break that. I rate him as well, what he's doing. But as a fan, sometimes I get a bit nervy, like, nah, bro, like it's an Anthony or against a, you get what I'm saying? But he just about seems to do his job. Sometimes he gets spun a bit.
He's
like
a worse version of Ben White for me, where you see for the system, it works, bro.
Yeah, but then
it looks weird. It looks weird though. It looks weird.
It looks weird, bro. I think Ben White looks weird. Ben White's thing works, bro. It works. And
now Ben White does his thing. And right.
I got to be in the NBA with Billing and them, man. But he's fucking up.
Yeah, but you know what it is? When he gets caught lacking in behind and he wants to go forward, and that's when he gets caught. And this is what I mean. He's more time. He should be on a bench. And he should be getting attacking fullback if you want to play.
In time.
Yeah. Anyways, the last part I want to talk about for the last 5 minutes ish. Let's just talk on the top 4 kind of situation, because we saw some robberies, and I'm not going to get onto Spurs because Spurs have been robbed this season itself, innit?
Where you going, Monts? I think you hit top 4 is gone.
Sean, yeah. I don't know if I've actually. I don't know if I've. Sean, there's no point in talking on the Matoma thing for too long, or the McAllister goal. Everyone's been shagged. Everyone's had something for them this season. But do you generally think, like, for yourself, that you are actually gonna, like, who's your top 4? Like, who's gonna finish the season? Are you confident?
No, I did this earlier. I just don't see it
because I want an apology.
What do you want an apology for?
Because I said you were going to drop points against Southampton. I said you're going to drop points against Everton. The only one I got wrong at the moment is Brighton, and I still don't think you're going to get points against Bournemouth.
Well, why do I have to apologise?
Because you said we're going to smash them. We're going to smash them.
When did I say that?
You're going to
I'm not sharing a screen with you. I'm not sharing a screen with you.
Yeah, no, it was you before. No, it was before then. It was
Sean,
before the break.
Confident now.
Before the break, by the way. Before the break, it was there. It was live. I remember. We went through the next 5 fixtures after the break, and we went through it. That's how I remember.
And I said what? That Tottenham would.
You said, you said you got easy fixtures. We got the better fixture list. This, that, yada, yada, yada. It was all here. And then you went off cussing.
They're gonna win. Did he say they're gonna win?
Yeah, he said we're gonna pick up a good amount of. I think he said like 11 or 12 out of 15.
Oh, but you want to clip me up? No, but you don't do the same thing. It's okay.
Egal, get your clips ready, bro. Like, I say a lot of stupid stuff. You gotta get your clip game on point, my man. Like, I learned clips.
I'm not clipping up a top 4 race.
I learned receipts, bro. You gotta learn receipts, bro. You can anytime you want. Listen, I think that Tottenham. I looked into the fixtures. I see what you've got. See what Newcastle have got. I don't think there's any realistic way.
Newcastle's fixtures are looking mental after.
So are Tottenham going to get top 4?
Tottenham have to beat. Tottenham can't lose to Newcastle, Liverpool, United, and have to beat Villa. And then we have to hope.
Tottenham's got Newcastle next.
And then we also have to hope that you guys drop points to Villa, both of you.
Brother.
Like, it's not going to happen.
They're going to smash. They're going to smash Villa, bro.
And
by the way, Villa might take your place.
No, that ain't going to happen. But I think
Unai Emery, good evening.
Don't bully against Unai Emery.
Good evening.
Yo, to be honest, I don't see Spurs coming to our ground if we keep all our current players fit and Miggy to come back. Hopefully, I don't know about a draw or what. I don't see us losing that game.
No, I'm not having it, bro.
Let me tell you guys something.
I do see Tottenham beating.
I need you guys to win. I need you guys to win now. I'm on Newcastle. Let's just get away from Tottenham. We got them at the end as well, by the way. We need to get away from them and just secure the top and just run away with it.
I think the top 4 as it is now, that's it. As it is now. I think that's
it. Newcastle are finishing 3rd. I think United are 4th, and I think Tottenham are 5th. And it kills me to say it, but I can't see us picking up enough points.
I think you finished 7th.
You want to know something?
Shut up.
One second, guys. Listen to this. If Tottenham Football Club finish 5th, it's actually a good thing for them, because that means that Daniel Levy will actually see that the season was a failure. Because if they get 4th, they actually might stay the same. They might just be like, you know what?
That's what we want.
Another season that they get in top 4. So, Sean, you probably want your team to not get top 4 based on the fact that you'll maybe.
Nah, he was top 4, man. You don't want top 4.
Listen, there's Tottenham fans out there in the community that I have to deal with every day who say they want Tottenham to like collapse because it will prove their Daniel Levy, that they were right about Daniel Levy. I've got so many clips, so many receipts of Tottenham fans saying that they want us to fail. They want Tottenham to lose.
I would never understand that, by the way.
Right about Daniel Levy.
Yeah, man,
what sort of Tottenham fan is that? What sort of fan? It's disgusting. Of course you want to finish 4th. Of course you want to finish as best you can.
It sounds like Liverpool fans. It sounds like Liverpool fans this season as well.
Let me rephrase it. In the likelihood that you finish 5th, do you see you guys pushing on and trying to get better next season more than if you were to finish 4th? Because I think if you guys get finished 4th, there might be a level of complacency from.
No, Jesse Marsh is going to be their new manager, isn't
it? There's an argument to say that Daniel Levy won't. He'll have to spend to make sure it doesn't happen again. But remember, next season the 5th place gets Champions League, right? So The difference is that if you finish, the difference between finishing 4th and finishing 5th is about 50 million quid. In like it's difficult to figure it out, but generally speaking, it's about 50 million quid in terms of media money, campaign prize money, and Premier League prize money and stuff, and it's sponsorship. So look, Tottenham need about 150 million quid to spend in the summer to replace a goalkeeper, a centre back, a creative midfielder, maybe a second centre back.
James Maddison might be available when they get relegated,
right? But he's going to cost 50 million quid if and Newcastle.
No.
He
He left his contract. Year left on his contract.
Newcastle.
If they get relegated. Imagine this relegation, year left on his contract. Mate, he's going to cost like 15-10 million. I'm not even going to lie.
No chance. Whatever Tottenham bid, Newcastle will pay 5 million more because they got money bags, right? But my point is that Tottenham need about 150 million quid. Plus, we've already got to pay for Porro. Plus, we've got to pay for Deki or Kulusevski. So, like the difference between 4th and 5th or 4th and 7th, or in your world, 4th and 8th, Kaz, your bonkers world where we finish outside all of Europe, is about 60, 70 million quid. So for me, whilst I understand Egal's point that Daniel Levy might take it more seriously and go, fuck, we can't do that again. Sorry for swearing. We can't do that again. At the same time, 60 million quid is 60 million quid. And that's where you get if you finish 4th. So I need that money. We need that money.
I just want to say this. Newcastle.
But it ain't going to happen. I think
Newcastle are a problem. Because I didn't think these guys were going to be this.
They're well ahead of schedule. So far,
I never thought Newcastle were going to be competing for top 4.
You know I didn't even think. And when they got robbed against Man City and Liverpool,
I did not think in my wildest dreams Newcastle will be in the top. Be in the top 4 this season. If Newcastle finish 4th. This is ahead of schedule. They're gonna probably, they have a contract clause to get Ronaldo. They're probably gonna turn down Ronaldo because they can see that they're past that. That's how crazy.
If we finish in the top 4, I'll be.
And you know what? Newcastle deserve it. Newcastle absolutely deserve it. Like I want them to win.
The fans deserve it. Yeah,
like you do deserve it.
You take Ronaldo.
It doesn't mean they're gonna shoot to start. This is what they don't understand.
You don't want him.
This is what. Oh no.
Nah.
Why would they want him?
Ronaldo? No, because Eddie.
Ronaldo's clause in his contract is that if Newcastle get top 4, he comes straight.
Apparently, well, Eddie said that's not true, but I don't know. I've heard about that as well.
What's that?
But I don't know if it's true.
Apparently, Ronaldo has a Newcastle clause in his contract where if Newcastle get Champions League, he comes back straight to the Premier League.
I do expect when they get Champions League, they will fall down the table. Just like
how is that a clause in his contract? What is Newcastle?
You know what it is?
Apparently the Saudi owners and the club that he's with over there. I seen it somewhere. It was a big article.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've heard about it. I've seen that as well a few times. But they gave the question to Eddie. He said no, not true. Category not true. But who knows, bro? What happens in it?
You know what it is, yeah. Just like Man United's gone through this season, just the way like Liverpool have gone through 4 seasons, the way Arsenal gonna have to feel it for next season as well. Spurs, not so much. They get knocked out early in every cup, so don't matter. But the whole point is like when you go into Champions League, now you need a bigger squad. The intensity rises differently. The midweek games are week in, week out. You know,
we do that, bro.
Other thing. Yeah, but this is why I say I don't think the league form just expect for next season. It's not going to be as great. It won't be as good.
It depends how we.
Unless you get knocked out early in bare cups and then go from there again. And then the following season, there's like, okay, cool. You know, if Newcastle even get Europa League, they will track the next man and the next season's going to be mad.
No, I know what you're saying, yeah, because I kind of thought that as well. Like,
you have to get there at some point anyways.
Yeah, but I just feel like with the backing, obviously considering FFP, etc., obviously we're ahead of schedule, but I'm sure the owners will be like, and the staff and have the little meetings like, okay, what you just said, we need a bigger squad. Not just any players, decent backups. You get what I'm saying? So I think if we did finish top 4, we would back up our ideas and think, okay, because our squad right now, as it is, no way can play Champions League and all the cups and. Come on, look after this Sheffield Wednesday.
Exciting times to be a Newcastle United
Can I show you the article?
At the moment.
I found it. So this is the Al Nassr thing, right? It literally states it right there. That reports coming out that there's a clause in his contract that if Newcastle get Champions League, obviously he can come in. And there's numerous articles on this. So there's here
Cristiano Ronaldo
United clause. There's another. There's just it's all over the place. Obviously there's what no Newcastle clause.
Yeah, but they can probably just reject.
You see, this thing.
I don't want Ronaldo, bro. I don't want to see no Ronaldo, man.
Scroll down.
Listen,
like two
this doesn't make sense because there's articles coming out March 18th saying that the Newcastle owner plans something, and then you got other articles saying that there's no clause, so it doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Well, who knows? But I
saying he has.
I don't want that, man.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap up there. Pick up all of you guys out here. Make sure you subscribe to Spurs Talk Show when Sean gets more uploads. Big Six Man's finally hit 4K, so he's got there. On to the next one, which is the next small mark, would be 5K. All but going. I think Egal's nearly on like 20. Make sure you check out Egal for Arsenal stuff. And Specs has got his own channel, which I don't even know what it's called, to be fair. Because Ty decided,
you're wicked man, you know. I'll plug myself. Wicked guy. Geordie Dread TV. That's it. Just started at Geordie Dread TV, covering Newcastle and obviously other games when I can.
Oh, Geordie Dread, yeah. So that's not your name's not even Specs no more. It's gonna just be Dreads then, isn't it?
That's what I know, bro. It's true.
Specs Gonzalez, man.
Yeah.
No, I actually know him. He's my friend. I actually know him because I went to the same college. And we used to have banter about our names and all that, and who owns the name and blah blah blah. I actually know him, but
you can be Dread Gonzalez then.
Oh, maybe so, brother. I don't want to copyright infringements. Man, Specs, but people call me Dread or Geordie Dread because that's the name of my little channel. You know, just trying to thing, man. And I appreciate you guys, you up there, guys, giving me the space to join with you. I much appreciate.
Man said up there, guys.
So,
who?
Yeah, you up there, guys, bro. Like, pretty much from the queue, innit? You got out here, bro.
We're babies in this game.
Well, if you're babies, then
I'm with new kid. I'm
nobody then, bro.
I'm the new kid on the block. I've been in this for 8 months.
I'm little bro still.
So what am I then, bro? Jesus, man. All right, bro.
You're in the womb. You might be in the womb.
You alive and kicking. You alive and kicking.
Yo, baby, I'm in the womb. I'm in the womb then, yeah? My tick, bro.
Yeah. All right, big everyone. Enjoy the game. We all want Man City to lose today, right?
Yeah.
I want them to win.
I ain't fussed.
What do you mean you want them to win?
The more games, the better.
That means the next game's got to be more intense if they do lose when they go to Bayern.
Nah, let them win. Let's see what
Arsenal
happens.
fans don't deserve anything in a bit.